Did you see what happened out here in the in our news bullpen?
Well, I
see all the cookies.
I brought some homemade chocolate chip cookies.
You did.
Yeah.
It's the worst time of year.
And guess what? I made them. My wife was out of town. I made them myself from scratch.
Is she looking for somebody better?
I mean, I wouldn't blame her, but I hope
wouldn't
not.
Either. Yeah.
We have a pretty good thing going, I think.
So not out of town.
Right, exactly. So not only did you bring these chocolate chip cookies, Jamie West brought in fudge, and Gatos' bride brought in
the
these
best Gatos
sugar cookies.
Everything we have out there is homemade.
It's amazing.
Yep.
And I'm on a diet. I gotta go to.
All right, I'll eat yours for you.
I gotta go to the fat doctor on Friday.
Oh, that's still a long ways. Come on, dude.
You got the fat doctor on Friday.
Yeah.
What's the fat doctor going to do? Can't you have a few more cookies on the way?
I just hate going in there and they're like,
okay.
Oh, you didn't lose any weight this month, did you? Oh.
Your fat doctor's droopy? That's fantastic.
Yeah, droopy dog, fat doctor. Right. So it is a tough time. And then the other thing, too, is that it's stressful, man. It is so stressful. Mm-hmm. So was talking with a therapist last year about this time. He was saying, are you ready for the holidays? Now, when a therapist asks you, are you ready for the holidays, he doesn't mean, do you have your shopping done? Yep. What he means is, emotionally, have you prepared yourself for what's coming? Because he also knows I'm neurotic. And he knows I'm full of anxiety, and then I'm going to worry about everything. I'm going to assume that the worst is going to happen. He knows how this is, right? So he says, are you ready for the holidays? And I said, to be honest, holidays are a little stressful for me. But I know for some people, they're really bad. I would say the holidays are actually harder for my wife, who's neurotic. Okay. She's crazy. She's one of these people that the holidays have to, every holiday we have arguments about this. The holidays have to be perfect. Everyone in the family has to come, and why can't so-and-so make it? They need to be here. This is all part of it. We have to get our pictures. And they all have to have, she wants this Norman Rockwell Thanksgiving and Norman Rockwell Christmas, and I just go, that's not realistic. And she goes, why can't you just smile when you're opening gifts? I go, cuz, I don't want to. I got to clean up all this crap. And Christmas morning, our kids are all, yay, and they're tearing everything up, and I'm the one out there with a garbage bag going, put the wrappers in the garbage bag. That's me. I go, I don't want to clean up all your crap.
So I'm not sure I'm seeing why her traditions are such and yours are, like, why are you so worried about it in that way and she's worried about things being perfect? Not you two specifically, but where does this come from?
She wants everything to be perfect. I just don't like the chaos.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about there's just too much. It's sensory overload.
Can we have a session here? So
sure. Of course.
So you're worried about what aspect of this? And does it manifest itself only in the holidays or just more?
No, holidays are more chaotic. And and my kids will tell you, like, I just had a conversation with my 25-year-old yesterday. He says, hey, when you put my blender away, the gasket has to go on this side. And I go, oh. He says, yeah, Grandpa used to do that too. He lived he was renting from my folks for a while. He says, Grandpa used to do that too. And I had to tell him. And I said, there is a way around that. You could just put it away yourself. He says, it had to sit out so it could dry. And I go, probably doesn't need to dry for 3 days, right? But I like things in their place. I like things neat. I like to have the control, right? Yeah. The chaos creates more anxiety for me. My wife, for whatever reason, and I don't know what I do know what it is. She's always been very close with her family, and family is incredibly important to her. And family is spread out across the country over various years, and it's very cherished. It's treasured for her. Whereas in my house, yeah, we got together with family, but we all lived near one another. Maybe we took each other for granted, that kind of thing. So for me, it wasn't about like if aunt and uncle aren't there for Christmas, it's fine. I'll probably see them tomorrow, right? For her, like everybody needs to get together, big families, that kind of thing. I just don't like the chaos. And so around the holidays is when I find my family loses their freaking minds because then they go, we're tearing into things. We're going to leave it. You ate the cookie. You got crumbs all over the floor. Now we're all going to be walking on that and grinding it into the carpet. Just clean up the cookie. Get a plate. Why is it hard? I'm the guy that I've got, if I have a nice end table, use a coaster.
Yeah, but that's even... To me, that takes us off into what is important to Chris, which is important on the Chris and Joe show.
Yeah.
But I'm even thinking about why is it that there's this juxtaposition with family where it's like, okay, these are the people who love us the most, and hopefully we love them back.
Yeah.
But they cause us the most angst. And these are the people we should know the best, and yet it's almost like their angst annually catches up to us. It's like, wait, I think we remembered that was how this person was, and I can adjust or not adjust. Why do we let these holidays do this to us?
Let me play therapist with you, Steve.
Hi, Chris.
Do you think that the amount of effort that we put into that family time together subconsciously is a means of us showing our family how much we care about them? In other words, I put a lot into the preparation to make this perfect because I want it to be perfect for you because I care about you.
And so it's obligatory, or you're really trying to figure out what this person wants?
I don't think that it's necessarily obligatory. I think we put it on ourselves. For instance, when I first moved out of home and my parents were coming to visit me in my very first apartment, I wanted that place spotless. Right. And even still, when my parents come visit, I want to make sure that I've got a space for them. I've got a room for them. Here's a chair. You can use this chair, Dad, because I know you like your chair back home. Like, I want to take care of them because that's my way of showing I care.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the case with my wife, too.
Well, so then we get into the phrase, it's the thought that counts. So what if you were so thoughtful, but something had changed with your parents or with your in-laws or whatever? You're like, oh, I remember that they like this particular thing or this particular way. And you do it, and they're like, you know what? I developed some back problems. I don't like that kind of chair anymore. Are you then hurt by thinking to yourself, well, but I was trying to do the right thing, and they still didn't like it?
No.
Does that, okay. Because for some people, that causes a lot of angst.
I will immediately jump into fix-it mode. Okay. So, great example. A few years back, I had my house in Mesa still. Pops comes out to visit, and he says, this chair isn't comfortable. We're getting Dad a chair. Honey, we're going to get Dad a chair. I had to go buy a new chair because Pops was visiting for 2 weeks, and I wanted to make sure he had a comfortable chair. So, yeah, I'm going to try to fix it. I'm going to try to make things right because that's how I show I care. And I think that's probably the case with my wife. She wants that holiday to be perfect because she wants not only the perfect memory in order to reflect back on for years to come, but I think it's also about showing I care about everyone who's at this table. And I want more people be at the table so that I can share even more love with more people. I think it's very sweet. And then me, I'm like, we're done with dinner. Everybody put their dishes in the dishwasher. We're all going to share duties on cleaning up because we don't want to have a bunch of crap laying around so that we can all enjoy time together after the dinner.
Yeah. So I don't want to miss your point, but what if we were in a community or just even as a family? Like if you and I were together, Chris, which I wish.
Okay.
Wish we were hanging out, living together.
Sure.
What if people just had, we have Christmas, we have Thanksgiving, yes.
Yeah.
What if people had more of their own kind of holidays? I don't mean birthdays. I mean, it's like, from the standpoint of, okay, we know Christmas is December 25th. Okay, but for my family, it's going to be December 12th. We'll acknowledge December 25th. Maybe we'll go to church or if we do that kind of thing, whatever. But it's more like, so it's not all predicated on what the entire universe is telling us, and here's when the sales are, and here's when you got to get your pictures taken. We're more in control of it. Would that bring us less stress?
So I would love that. But that's non-traditional, and I think that's the kind of change. You know, it's funny, I got to Joe a book for Christmas. I got him Who Moved My Cheese. And if you've ever read Who Moved My Cheese, it's all about adapting to change. And I told him, I said, I come back to this book every now and again. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I come back to this book every now and again because it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, my cheese moved. I got to go find some new cheese. You know, I can't just sit here waiting for my cheese to reappear or lamenting the fact that my cheese is gone. I'm going to have to move on and go find some new cheese. So to your point, I think a lot of people go, nope, Christmas is on the 25th. We're all doing it on the 25th. And you go, what if we did it on the 12th? Right? What if Thanksgiving this year we did in October? Well, we can't do that. Why not? Because it's different, right? And I think that takes some adaptation, which, to be clear, is usually I'm the rigid one about that. Well, I'm the guy who is like, wait a minute, you're throwing a wrench at me. I got to have a few minutes to process it.
Yeah, because I'm okay with acknowledging the fact that these are traditions, and that's great. And, December 25th, I might even say you don't acknowledge that this is still Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But maybe for someone's family who's just enveloped by all this angst, it's like, no, let's actually have our day, though, this different day. And maybe the 25th will still have a special dinner. We might open some presents, but it's not going to be this whole cluster.
Do you know where I see that happening is when you have a couple that comes from two different big families. Yeah. And then it becomes an argument. Who gets the 25th and who has to change? What family has to change? Now you want me to call my brothers and my sisters and my mom and my dad and my nieces and my nephews and tell them that Christmas is going to be on the 26th this year? Also, we can be at your family's house? Right? That becomes problematic.
That's fair.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.